Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Frictionless Friday. Let me get my presentation up and we will dive right in here. All right, it's go time. So, welcome back. Frictionless Friday. I'm Tony Zayas, Chief Revenue Officer at Insivia. And the aim of this show, in a sense, is to demystify the we've covered some things up to now, different tools and resources that we offer. And I'm getting a notification that the show is canceled. So that's interesting. So we're going to keep going because I do think this is still streaming in a couple of places. So anyway, so where was I? Over the last few weeks, we've looked at the different tools and resources that we have available through Frictionless, and it's frictionless.insivia.com if you want to check it out. And today I want to shift our attention to how we can apply these tools and resources to frictionless sales. In particular, really talking about selling complex solutions, B2B solutions such as enterprise software or SaaS. That's really where we're focused, but you can take this and run with it however it works for you. So the term frictionless might sound somewhat abstract to you. It's actually a pretty straightforward concept in what we're talking about. In essence, we're referring to minimizing hurdles or obstacles in a process to provide a smooth and seamless user experience. And that user experience in this case is your prospect, your customer, your client. In the realm of B2B SaaS sales, frictionless means creating a sales process that is streamlined, it's efficient, and it's customer-centric. It's about taking the guesswork out of strategies and leveraging your resources, such as our frictionless strategy and AI tools, to optimize every stage in the funnel. Traditionally, the B2B SaaS sales processes often can be disjointed and complex because a lot of the complexity of solutions, long sales cycles, you're dealing with a number of different decision makers, purchase by committee, that type of thing. And that causes challenge and that causes friction and complexity. But with this advent of the frictionless concept, companies are now focusing on simplifying this journey, making it easier for customers to move from discovering a product to purchasing and using it. So I want to talk a little bit about how we can use the different tools that we've already introduced, and then we'll move into another area here shortly. But one way that companies achieve this is by understanding their target audience deeply. It's super important to really understand who it is you're talking to. By defining key audiences and understanding their buying factors, motivations, trends, their demographics, and their business, you can tailor their sales and the marketing efforts to meet the specific needs, which is going to help improve that process. This is where the tools that we have, like our different AI tools and strategy tools, can help to analyze data and provide actionable insights. So an example is our persona builder, where you can go in and really use this to build out information and profiles for your understanding so you can develop messaging and speak to the needs and challenges that are very unique to your prospects. That goes with that. Another vital aspect of this concept is messaging. And so we have a tool related to that, a messaging feature. And having a clear and compelling brand voice is a part of that. And that can set your company apart. By using our AI tools and guided exercises, you can go in and create effective messages that resonate with your audience and drive conversions and presentations and messaging that get you to that next step in the sales process. And it doesn't stop there. We've talked a bit about our competitor analysis tool. Our approach here involves analyzing the competition. So understanding how your product or service compares to others in the market. It can help you identify areas for improvement and differentiation and give you a competitive edge. So that's the toolkit at a glance. And let's look at a real life example for a second. So according to research by McKinsey, B2B companies that provide a smooth, frictionless experience can increase customer satisfaction by 10 to 15%, reduce service costs by 20 to 50%, and boost conversion rates and growth significantly. So this frictionless concept isn't just a buzzword, it's a transformative approach that can revolutionize your sales, leading to better customer experiences, improved conversion rates, and ultimately higher revenue. And to this point, we've given you this toolkit, a number of things available at frictionless.insivia.com. And now I want to go ahead and introduce something that we've been working for some time on, taking from past experience and other that we've pulled together, and we're really excited about this. So this comprehensive process and course that I'd like to introduce here today is the SaaS Sales Accelerator. This is the clearest and most predictable system for anyone that's serious about doing what it takes to achieve your increased sales goals, help you maximize closing rate. That's a big part of the system. And with that, revenue growth. So with this course that we're just announcing and rolling out here today, we will work with you as our client to achieve these steps in a very specific order that we've gone through, that has been time tested. And you can see here in this map what that looks like and how it works. And so we're working through 3 stages. We have this first stage, which is our sales foundations. And in that, the first step is really our B2B SaaS roadmap system. And so we're going to walk through there and help you understand, have a really nuanced understanding of the process, how to reduce complexity, how to articulate messaging simply and effectively to help you move through this stage. The next point in there is our pinpoint personas process. This ensures that you're pinpointing your ideal customers and you're speaking their language in ways that resonate with them. So tying a lot of this simplification, precise targeting, and then messaging that really resonates is a big part of this first step in the process here, the sales foundation. And then after that, we dive into some really stealth prospecting techniques that we've been using and teaching for quite a few years, and it's been super effective. It allows us to find the ideal prospects without a lot of effort. And we call this our lead machine framework. So you'll get the lead machine framework. You should have no lack for finding that very precise audience that you're looking for. So that's the stage 1. Moving into stage 2, here in the middle, we have discovery to close. That's that point from when you have that initial discovery meeting to closing the deal is what we're going to talk about. Oops, and let me go back here. And so this rapid discovery is the first step in this process. And rapid discovery is a process that ensures success with that discovery meeting, where you're learning a whole bunch about your prospect, what their needs and challenges are, so that you can engage them and get them very interested in learning more and hearing more. And so rather than doing a whole bunch of pitching solution, it's a lot of listening, but in a very specific order that's going to get them to be committed to that next step in the process, whether that is a demo, whether that's another meeting, whatever that is, super effective. So that is the rapid discovery process. From there, we go into our mapping and alignment system. And this is where we show you how to match up your complex solution so that it aligns directly with those personas that you're dealing with, the people that are decision makers involved in the purchasing decision. Different aspects of your solution are going to resonate more so with certain people you're talking to than others. And so how do you present that? How do you position that? And how do you align all of those pieces so we have an ideal fit for your prospect and their organization? And that removes skepticism and the resistance from decision makers. That is something that we do quite thoroughly in that process and have been very effective with it. And then the last step in the discovery to close stage is our pitch mastery process. And this is going to show you how to create compelling sales pitches and proposals very specifically, because when you're presenting a complex solution, typically you have to put a formal proposal together that outlines that. And we're going to show you how to put one together that's not just a flat presentation, that's not just scope and budget terms, but pulls these things together that, again, these points of resonance where we align with your audience, with the decision makers, and are hitting on, first of all, reiterating our understanding of their need, and then diving into our alignment points, and then putting the solution in front of them to make that no-brain decision where you've already addressed concerns, you're aligning with their needs, and then making it a simple decision for them. In that third phase, we're talking performance optimization. So this is really the final piece. And the first step in there is really overcoming objections. So after you give that presentation, that proposal, how do you address any of the resistance points that might come in here? And typically there's 3 things that we get into that 99% of any deal is going to be held up by one of those 3 things. And we're going to help you smooth that out and make that frictionless in that aspect. So overcome those resistance points. And then we get into the next few steps here is this training blueprint. This allows you to take this framework so you don't have to, from a training standpoint, if you want to now scale out your team, you have an effective process now in place that has increased your conversion rate, it's increased your revenues, and now you need to add people. So you bring in more sales reps. So how do you get them trained and up to speed? And that is what our training blueprint is how to now take this, parlay it to a team, and then continually match your top performers and adjust it to that. And so that's what's included in that piece there. And then the last step in the process is the performance analyzer. And this is where we're looking at sales process optimization. So defining what your key metrics are and how do you track them, how do you review, look at them, and then use them as points of feedback and coaching for yourself and for your team. And so that is the process there. It's laid out in a very precise and focused manner. This is something that I would say in 90 days you can work through, implement, and start to see an uptick in your sales performance. And so if this is something that sounds exciting to you, sounds like something you would like to learn more about, raise your hand here in wherever you're watching this from. If you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, or on Twitter, feel free to reach out to me directly on any of those platforms, or just leave us a message and let us know that you're in. I would say to get a head start, if you haven't signed up at frictionless.incivity.com for our tools, go and do that. Reach out to me and we will get you set up with the SaaS Sales Accelerator. And I look forward to working with you in that program. Thanks a lot. Join us again next time for the next Frictionless Friday, and have a great weekend. Take care, everybody.